right here. If I push play,
I'd come a little closer.
you might not see him, but you'll be able to hear him. I just want these guys to hear him.
Yeah, you're fine.
Hi, my name is Trent.
Can you hear?
Sarah's husband.
Okay.
And she asked me to do this quick video. There's two things. One, to introduce her, and then two, to talk about a man's perspective on sex. And this is my perspective. It's not all men, but anyway. If you would have asked me 5 years ago, do you think Sarah would ever go out and teach women about sex? I would have said no way. So we got married. We were both virgins, and we didn't know how to talk about sex. We didn't talk about sex. And so we had different expectations when we got married. We've been married for 17 years now, and it's been great. We learned a lot. A lot of good and bad experiences to get to this point. But the one thing that I love about Sarah is that she has taken these things that she felt like were weaknesses of hers, where she didn't really, she always enjoyed sex when we were doing it, but she was never the one
I think
to
I'll just post the video. I'll do that.
Dirty,
I'm going to post this video of Trent.
Gross, because that's kind of how she grew up thinking about it.
We'll just...
But what I love about Sarah is that she's challenged that belief over the last few years and really focused on making intimacy and sex a big part of our connection, our marriage. And so I really appreciate that. And Sarah is someone who's always learning. She reads tons of books on sexuality, the female anatomy, the sex response cycle, how that works. So you'll learn a lot from her tonight, or today, depending on when you're doing this party. So do take advantage of that. She focuses on education. She's here to help to serve other women, to learn more about their bodies and how to feel pleasure and joy. But from a man's perspective, I'll share a couple things that I've noticed in our relationship that's really helped out a bit. Sarah has recognized the importance of me feeling wanted by her. I didn't realize how important it was until she started expressing that to me. For years, I felt like I wasn't good enough, or like maybe she doesn't love me that much because she would initiate sex. And my love language is physical touch, hers is acts of service. And so I would try to initiate sex to show her I love her, and she was turning me away because she was like, no, I'm not into that right now. And I didn't know how the female sex response cycle works, so I would never get all warmed up by talking to her, helping her feel relaxed, comfortable, and safe. So I've learned a lot from her over the years about how to improve in that area. But I noticed that because I try to express love in my love language, she wasn't feeling loved. And because I didn't recognize that, I needed to show her love by doing the dishes, playing with the kids, doing those things that show her them, taking things off of her plate, cleaning the house, just doing stuff to help her lighten her load and serve her in that way. That's how she started to feel loved. And then once we started focusing on each other's love languages, our relationship started to change. Anyway, so we'll probably talk about that a little bit tonight as well. But I also know that from my perspective, when I feel wanted by Sarah, I'm not ever attracted to other women. Like, I feel so fulfilled, satisfied by being wanted by her. I know a lot of women are concerned about, does my man think about, I want to be with someone else, am I not good enough? And I'll just tell you that for me and for a lot of men I've talked to, when they feel wanted by their spouse or the person they're with, they feel like they can take on anything in the world. I feel like there's no challenges that I can't overcome because Sarah wants me and she wants to be with me sexually. And so by her working on this area of her life and becoming better in that way and learning how to really enjoy sex for herself, it's really increased the intimacy and connection in our marriage, and it makes me feel like I can go out there and do anything outside the bedroom. So I really appreciate all that she's done and taught me, and I look forward to the years to come with her. And I hope that you guys have a good night with her, experiencing some breakthrough and growth and learning new things about how your body works and how you can enjoy that intimate connection with someone else.
Okay. So that's Trent. I always like to start with that because he's, it's nice to get that man's perspective. I mean, every man might be different a little bit, but they're pretty much kind of the same. Let's be honest.
Guys are more straightforward.
They're very straightforward, right? We are the complicated ones. So I'm Sarah Chapman. Me and my husband have been married 17 years, and I have 5 kids. These are my kids. Oldest is almost 16, and the youngest almost 3. So, just kind of give you a little bit of backstory about me. As he kind of touched on a little bit, he's surprised that I'm standing here talking about sex. Yes. Basically, the first 16 years of my marriage, I hated sex. Okay? So, I grew up in a Christian home where sex wasn't even a word in our house. I had 5 sisters. We didn't even really talk about our periods even. Like, it was very hush-hush. Didn't talk about anything. And so the night before before I get married, my mom was like, so you know what's going to happen tomorrow night, right? Luckily, I had some teenage friends that kind of, like, I wasn't too naive, but I still didn't understand what the beauty behind sex was, right? Because my teenage friends were basically saying, like, to me, because I could see that they're off playing with their boyfriends, I'm like, oh gosh, that's not right. They shouldn't be doing that. Like, they're doing something bad, and I just created these hardcore beliefs that it was dirty, nasty, gross. Okay, so of course it kept me safe from all the boys as a teenager, because I didn't want to mess around with any of that. But take those same beliefs into marriage, not so good. Okay, the 2 common things most couples fight about are sex and money. Yeah, sex was a hot topic constantly. Okay, sure, you guys, I figured out sex. Obviously, I had 5 kids. Okay, I got it, right? But the problem with me was, because I had these hardcore ingrained beliefs, was that I can orgasm easy with my husband, but immediately after I would have orgasm and feel that pleasure, I would have an intense guilt afterwards. And it just was this ongoing cycle. And he was always out to try to fix me. Yeah? Maybe it's in your marriages, I don't know. They're like, read this, and you're like, study this. And I'm like, no, right? Like, I'm not going to do that because I know that you want me to do that. And you want more of it. So you want me to understand it. And so I would just resist everything, right? Basically, I was suppressing my sexuality, right? And not, like, really truly understanding the beauty that can come from understanding my body at all. So, luckily I had a trusted friend. Mind you, I didn't talk to my sisters, my mom, none of my girlfriends. I suffered in silence for 16 years and just had this inner battle going on. And but finally, I had one trusted friend that basically opened up her heart to me about her issues, but she was basically a year ahead of where I was. And she said, Sarah, I gave myself permission to go and learn about this. And she said, I want you to do this. I want you to go read this book. We're going to talk about it, have this little mini book club, and we're going to figure this out. I'm going to help you along the way, because I know where you're at right now. Right? And she's like, and I know where you can be. Like, there's hope for you, right? To get through this head stuff. Okay? Sure, there might be some of you here that are like, oh my gosh, I love sex and I've never had a problem. But tonight you're still going to learn something. Even if you can't really relate to my story, you're still going to learn something tonight. But anyway, I just took this book and I just, I devoured it. And so, since then, I read like 30 plus books on sex. I just couldn't get my hands off of it. Like I just was thirsting for knowledge because I just didn't understand anything. I never felt comfortable touching myself, of course, in the shower. Clearly I had to, right? But other than that, like when they asked me when I would have my babies, you want the mirror? Oh, no, I don't want to see what's going on down there. No. Like I didn't know. Like, yes, I knew that I had it. Luckily, I knew that I had holes, right? Right? But I didn't go down there. Like I didn't, no. Anyway, so because of that whole dirty mentality, like it was dirty, okay? So, anyway, I had to do this whole mind shift, like just to create something different. And the more I read, the more I studied, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, why did I allow myself to suffer all those years, right? So tonight, hopefully I'll save you 16 years or more. And also, I'm not here to tell you that you need to go read 30 plus books, right? But hopefully you will gain something tonight to take away to be like, okay, that was well worth my time. Hopefully I had a breakthrough of some sort, and to help really create a deeper connection, not only with yourself, but with the partner that you might have, okay? This party is for married women and single women. So as I'm learning all this stuff, I'm like, oh, Trent, like, this is what my husband's saying, I'm like, there's got to be some sort of avenue in which I could share this information with people, because I know I'm not the only one suffering, right? And to not, like, understand how all this works. And luckily, my friend in my neighborhood was like, so there's this gathering that I'm going to do. And she was really kind of, like, beating around the bush, right? She's like, so it's, like, for married couples, and it's to, like, help you, like, have a better marriage, and you know what I mean? Like, you could tell she was totally shy about it, and it was kind of awkward for her, and I was like, so is it kind of like a sex party? And she was like, oh yeah, that. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll totally come, and she was, like, totally shocked that I even said yes. Mind you, this is the very first ever party I have ever gone to. So this
And
last
thanks
year.
everyone who came to my party. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. Last January is when I went to my first ever party. Okay. Now, obviously, nobody invited me before because they were probably like, "Oh my gosh, don't invite her; she will not come." So I go to this Pure Romance party, and the girl's up here doing her thing, and she's just talking about and showing things. And I'm raising my hand, and I'm making comments left and right. Mind you, I'm with all my neighbors, okay? All my neighbors. And they're like, who's this girl, man? Like, she knows her stuff. Like, she knows some things. Basically, I was educating the whole party. And so the consultant afterwards is like, dude, you know way more than I do. And so she basically was like, hey, you have a passion and love for this, don't you? And I was like, well, I've kind of learned a few things. And she's like, dude, maybe this might be something that you might be interested in to, like, talk to more women about, because you obviously have a story to tell. And I was like, interesting. So basically that's kind of how I got into Pure Romance. I didn't even know, like, before I owned 5 pieces of lingerie, we had 1 bedroom accessory, and coconut oil. That was basically in my, I call it my sex toolkit. Right? That's what we had for all those years, right? And then I come into this and I'm like, there's all this stuff? Like, what?
And Trent's like,
yeah, right? And I was like, wow, like, really? Like, you did this? What? Like, I was just blown away. So obviously, I'm like,
Don't mind it.
if I'm, and so I had no idea. And so I'm like, so I signed up that night, not even using any Pure Romance products. Like, that's not normal, okay? But it's because I have a passion for educating women. But Pure Romance is a vehicle to help me to get into women's homes and talk about this. Has any of you ever been to a Pure Romance party before, or something similar? Yeah? Cool. Pure Romance is bath and beauty products as well as intimacy products, okay? And it's just a traveling boutique. It's better than, it's nice that it's in the comfort of a home, because yes, there are boutiques out there and stores and stuff that you can walk into, right? But you don't know who the person is behind the counter, right? I mean, you don't know me either, but you know your host, and the host trusts me, right? Okay?
I trust her, guys. I trust you too.
Yeah. And Pure Romance has been around for 25 years. They know their stuff. They've been in business for a while. They have good quality products. And so you can be rest assured that you're in good hands, for
They're
sure.
okay to use where they say they're for.
Yes. So we'll get deeper into that. Anyway, so let's get rolling here. So on the top, this is your lap board menu. If you guys wouldn't mind, I have a gift for each of you afterwards. If you would mind pulling out your phones. Some of you actually pre-registered beforehand. And if you did, you're going to open up your message app. And you're going to go to my phone number that you texted in to register. And then you're going to type the word gift in the subject line. Okay? But for those of you who did not, you're going to type the word bonus. Okay?
So if I texted like 10 minutes before the party started, is
still
that...
do gifts.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll have your information even if you've just done it. Okay? So it's going to ask you a couple questions. When you get to the birthday question, answer it, and then just put your phones away. So I'm going to have you guys take a minute and do that real quick. Once again, the number is 801-505-9750. Those of you guys online, please text in as well. Text the word bonus or gift.
This is online too.
Yes. So, yeah, I took a picture, and you guys should have it. So you online people can text in. Okay? So get to the birthday question, and then stop.
So the birthday question or the anniversary question?
The birthday. So answer birthday, and then we'll finish the anniversary one later. Okay? So as you finish that, I have 3 rules tonight. One is what happens in the room stays in the room. This is a comfortable, safe space. Non-judgment free zone in here. I want you to feel comfortable. Number 2, don't yuck on somebody else's yum. You're going to be tasting, feeling, and touching things. If somebody's like, oh my gosh, like raving about something, and you're like, oh my gosh, I would never do that. Just keep it to yourself, right? Just be respectful. And then any discount that I give you tonight, you're in charge of redeeming it. Which reminds me, did anybody bring a friend tonight that wasn't on the original invite list? Okay. You get a bottle of coochie.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the stuff I use.
Yeah.
But I told you
So-
about.
Yeah.
Now you
So-
give it to yourself.
Yeah, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But I love when people bring other people, and so they get a little gift for bringing other people. So, all right, so we've gotten to the birthday question. We're good?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we're going to start this next sheet. This is kind of our menu that we're going to follow along, okay? This first part we're going to talk about, have you guys ever heard of the word sensuality before? And what do you know about that word?
It means using your senses.
Exactly. So think of that first part of the word, right? Taste, touch, feel, sight, all those kinds of things, okay? Now, this first part we're going to talk about is these are the things that you are doing outside of the bedroom, okay? And this is non-sexual things that we're doing, okay? How many of you have heard of the female sexual response cycle? You have? Awesome. Great. So we're going to touch on that, and I do have on this other paper, I have room for you to take notes. So as I talk about them, take a few notes, and we're going to start with this first one, which is our warm-up. Okay? The first product I want to share with you, and I'm just going to pass it around, and it's all you're going to do is you're just going to roll it on your wrist and then pass it, kind of like a perfume. Just roll it on. Okay? Part of the sensuality and senses and stuff, yes, it deals with smell and all these things. But this particular product, it's called Basic Instinct. It's the very first one on there, and it's basically pheromones in a bottle. Okay, so what is your pheromone? Have you heard of that word pheromone before?
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Your scent.
your scent, your natural scent. Okay, so with this Basic Instinct, what this product particularly does is it brings out and enhances, intensifies your natural smell. So I want you to take a smell of yourself, and then I want you to smell your neighbor.
No, let me smell the wrist.
Oh.
The door.
Sorry, you online people, you don't get to smell. Sorry.
It is different. That smells
We're hearing different,
Yeah.
Mine's
unique,
a lot fruitier than yours.
fruity. I have like a clean scent.
You're right.
It's crazy cool, right?
Mine's fruitier than yours.
It's so cool.
Oh my word.
Right? So the cool thing about this is that the cool thing about this is that men and women can wear this. It's not just for women, okay? And this is a sex attractant type of product, okay? Not saying you're gonna go have sex, but your partner has this distinct smell, okay? And of course not when he's sweaty or whatever, right? But they have a unique smell, and so what this Basic Instinct does is it just makes that more intense. And it, of course, when you smell that, you're like, ooh, okay, I like that. That's a good smell. Okay, I don't normally wear perfume. I never have. But I started using this, obviously, because I'm selling it, right? So I gotta actually use it. I went to the grocery store this one time, and this old guy was like, "You smell so good," and I was like, "Well, thanks. It's my natural smell." And he was like, "Okay," and I was like, "I'm not I don't got time to tell you about pheromones, but that's me. Thank you. Anyway, so then our next product, this is just our travel size that I kind of show and demo, but it comes in a bigger bottle. This is our Coochie, like I gave away. Coochie is our rash-free shave cream. So this particular scent is Love Story. We have 4 different scents. Coochie. Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's amazing.
I
Yes,
use the
testimonials.
spray. Do you still carry the spray?
Yeah, we have the spray.
Okay.
I won
Okay.
one last time because I can't remember how I did, but I won one last time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
So Coochie is amazing. Why?
You don't have razor burn,
Yeah.
and it's so nice.
So if you're prone to razor burn, red bumps, rashes,
Yeah.
this is a conditioning cream. You're going to condition any part of your body that you want to shave. Leave it on at least a minute. You can actually use it for a hair conditioner as well. But leave it on for at least a minute and shave, and you will not have any of that nonsense.
It's
At
swimsuit
all.
season. I love that I have some
Yes.
of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a bottle of Coochie will typically last you about 3 months. But it's fantastic. And a lot of the men were stealing their wife's Coochie. And so finally they came out with a men's line. So we do have a men's line. It's called Shave. My husband loves it. Loves it. He was like, "Oh my gosh, where has this been my whole time I've been shaving my face?" Okay, it's just smooth. It's just incredible. Coochie. So great. Okay. The next product is, follow along here, is your Body Dew. Here in Utah, super dry. I was a big coconut oil girl. I was not a big lotion kind of girl, but I like coconut oil. And then I'd get out of the shower, and then I'd stand here like this. Am I dry yet? I don't know. And then I put my clothes on, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got oil all over me, right? This stuff, oh my goodness, it's so great. This is called Body Dew. This is our light body oil. You'll see, like this. And then I'll just kind of brush it on. I don't really get, like, a lot of oil residue on my clothes, and I can put my clothes on right away. It's fantastic. And so I joined towards the end of winter, right? So I was like, hey, this winter, I'm going to be proactive at like making sure that I use this and really test it for myself, because once again, I get super dry. And so after the shower, I just would totally like do my whole body, right? Body do it up. And it's better obviously after the shower because it locks in the moisture. And I had smooth skin all winter long. It was fantastic. So that's our Body Dew oil. Okay. Next one, in the shower. We need to take care of our vaginas, do we not? This is our Skinny Dip. This is a scent called Blooms and Blanc. This is a new scent that we just came out with. But this is, this definitely will take care of your vagina and make sure you're clean. Obviously, if anything you're putting inside of you, obviously selling it through Pure Romance is safe, of course. Has the pH in it to keep you balanced. It's also a bubble bath. Okay, so fantastic product. Pass that around. Those bubbles will last a while. My kids love bubble bath with Skinny Dip. So that's your Skinny Dip. Next one is called our Body Boost. It's a firming, lift, and tightening cream. Okay, I do have some before and afters I can pass around to show you. We got something on our belly, we got some legs, anywhere you got cellulite, stretch marks even, okay? The key ingredient to this product, it does have a little bit of caffeine in it, right? And so when you actually rub that area of your body, those fat molecules basically would kind of start to separate. The key with this ingredient, or this product, sorry, is that you do need to use it religiously twice a day on that area of your body that you want to lift, tighten, and tone. And you have to like rub it in for like 20 to 30 seconds, okay? In order for you to see good results, okay? So that's our Body Boost, okay?
Like just a couple
Pass that
very
around.
deep dimples.
Fantastic.
Like
Any dimples? Yeah, any dimples on your butt? I've been actually using it on my face. A lot of people use it as a face moisturizer. So I've been kind of testing it out on my little scowl mark that I've got right here in the middle. So instead of Botox, I'm hoping this Body Boost will help me out a little bit, right? Next is If you're familiar with Melaleuca, this is our miracle oil. Okay, this is a healing ointment. So basically, I've replaced my medicine cabinet just with this. So I don't even use Neosporin anymore. I just, anytime my kids get a bump or a bruise or scrape or a burn, you just put this.
Vitamin E in it.
Yeah, it just has that healing ointment. You can look at the ingredients too, but I'm not gonna pass this around. But yeah, you just put a small amount. I use it on my warts. I have toenail fungus. I've been using it on. It's been great.
Have you been working on that?
Yeah, because I'm afraid of any doctor whatsoever. So yeah, I've been using it on my toenail. It's kind of gross, but you know, I'm slowly seeing some things happening.
This
Okay.
isn't included in my $30 because this is.
So these are some things that you can use, obviously outside the bedroom, right? That I've just shared with you. But in this first step of the phase is called warm up. And warm up, these are the things that you are doing.
Sorry guys, I almost dropped the phone there. Don't even know what I did.
Yeah. These are the things that you guys
just
are
don't
doing
touch it.
outside the bedroom.
Yes.
Okay? If you guys are familiar with the 5 love languages, my husband mentioned in the video that mine is acts of service, his is physical touch. Now, there are 5 of them. I mentioned 2. Words of affirmation, gifts, and quality time are the others, okay? So if you don't know what yours is, I highly recommend going home, typing in the number 5, lovelanguages.com. You can take a free test, go find out what yours is, and then have your partner do the same. And it's really good to know how we love to give and receive love.
Totally recommend
You know
it.
what I mean?
It's an amazing book, but the online test is
The
really
online
good.
test is good. They actually just came out with an app that's been fantastic. It's called Love Nudge. Oh my gosh, it's so great. The app, because what the app does is it reminds you, it gives you reminders. So mine is basically 0 on physical touch. Okay, but that's my husband's, right? And so it reminds me that I need to go touch his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
We need it sometimes. I got 5 kids. I got things going on. Okay? But if a phone app reminds me to go touch his shoulder, you know, like sometimes you just need to do that. Okay? Like, and I just need to do that. And on his like, it'll give you just different examples that he can pick from to set a goal to work towards that day or that week or whatever. You can set it up however you want to. But it's fantastic because it gives you ideas in these 5 different categories how you can show and give love to your partner. It's fantastic. But this is part of this warm-up because, yeah, if he's doing vacuuming the floor and helping with the kids, like I'm making a mental note, like he's getting a little star in his chart. That doesn't mean I'm going to have sex with him that night, right? But I am being more aware and conscious of what he's doing to show me love. Does that make sense? Okay? So these are the things you're doing. As women, though, oh my goodness, how many times do you have like 20 gajillion things going on in your head? Okay? All the time. We're complicated. Once again, we're just complicated, okay? So I like to call this next thing a brain dump. So and for women, emotional connection is huge, okay? So in this warm-up phase, you're trying to build up this emotional connection with him. And by doing that is sharing the things that's on your mind and in your heart. That you, whether it be about the kids, whether it be about your work, your school, whatever is going on, like either write it out or speak it to him and just be like, hey, can you help me out with one of these things? Just kind of help alleviate what's on my brain, because I don't know how many times I've been in the act of sex and I'm thinking about taking out the trash. Okay? It's just what happens. That's where our brain goes. Okay? So if you can alleviate that by expressing beforehand, outside the bedroom, mind you, this is not happening on the bed or wherever you have sex, okay? This is happening in a different place. Okay? We're standing vertical, we're not laying down horizontal. Okay? Stand vertical, express what you feel. Women have a hard time to asking for what they want. Yes?
Yes.
Okay? For the longest time, my husband was like, dude, what do you want? I don't know what I want. I've never allowed myself to go find out what I want. Like, I never did, okay? And so, being able to express to him in this phase what you want from him, they want to please you. They do. We think that they don't. No, they do. They want to make you happy. They want to show up for you in a way so that you guys can emotionally connect in that way. Sometimes it might take a little work, of course, to get him to open up to you. But the more you do it, the more you create a habit around this, you will definitely, he will eventually show up for you, right? And so that's what's key in this warm-up phase. Brain dump, love language, definitely. That's what's happening in this phase, okay? Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next phase, number 2, which is foreplay and arousal. All right? So, women, you've heard this before. Women are like ovens, men are like microwaves. Have you heard that before? If not, whoa, right? Isn't that true?
Or a woman like crock pot.
Or crock pot. Yeah. Right? We need the slow simmer, like, oh my gosh, let's take some time. We gotta preheat like crazy. Okay? Our bodies, and depending on how we work, everybody's different on how their body reacts to arousal, of course, right? But we just need that time. Men, they can flip a switch and they're good to go, right? For some men, I've definitely learned that there are some women that are actually opposite, where they're the more the higher desire, right? And they can flip, and that man is a little slower. But overall, it's usually the women are a little slow and the men are a little bit quicker, right? And so for years I thought that you had to have a desire before you could be aroused. Do you believe that? Do you guys have an idea that was what your belief was? Well, tonight I want you to flip the switch, meaning your movement creates emotion, okay? So as you're moving your body, it's now making a connection, and you're feeling, okay, I'm feeling some sensation happening. Your body's starting to feel aroused. Then it connects to your brain where your desire happens, okay? So when I learned that was like huge for me, because I was like, well, my brain has to say, yes, Sarah, go. But no, your body needs to react first before it can connect to your brain and be like, okay, now let's do this, okay? So what starts to happen when your body starts to feel aroused is that you have your labia. You guys know where your labia is? It's the lips. Here, your labia majora minora. What happens is the blood flow just starts to start to fill up, and you're feeling kind of a little tingly, but not like too crazy, right? So now, and depending on how much natural moisture you have, you'll start to feel moisture, okay? So some of the things that can happen, because sometimes maybe you could be in warm-up phase for days. You could be in number 2, arousal for days, right? It just depends on how you are, okay? But in that warm-up phase is usually like you're telling yourself sometimes, like, or you're starting to feel like when you see him doing nice things for you, you're like, oh, maybe I'm like starting to feel a little something for him, right? And you might see some foreplay happening, right? And he's doing these little things to tease and to taunt you a little bit, right? And so some of the things with foreplay and arousal is touch. Touch is, as I've learned, touch is something as humans, we need touch. It's like one of these things that it's just like our natural thing. Even though I, on my love language, say that I don't like touch, like as I've been learning about touch, it's definitely increased a lot more. And so with touch, massage is one of those things that you can add into your foreplay arousal. Okay, so this first one I'm going to share with you, this is called our heart massager. It is reusable. You'll see it's in liquid form. If you pop this silver disc inside, you're going to start to see it foam.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you boil
Now we're
it.
gonna pass this around. I'm gonna pass this around with our massage lotion. This Healy, it's called. And you put a little bit on here, and you guys just take a little bit, and you can just rub it on your arms or your legs. Doesn't matter. But what's cool about this is that it's obviously heated, but it's reusable. So after it will stay warm like that for like at least 30 minutes or so. You massage it. Put it on your arm.
With the
With the lotion. Yeah.
Get that hot thing on your arm.
Yeah. Here, pass this around. Smell it. It's warm, right? It's so fantastic.
How does that work multiple times?
Okay, so what happens is it will stay like that for about 30 minutes or so. Then it will get hard, like rock hard. And then you'll go boil it for 12 minutes on your stove in boiling water for 12 minutes, and we'll go back to that liquid state that you saw at the beginning.
So it's just kind of like a gel pack is what it feels like.
It's like a gel pack, exactly. And so it's cool as long as you don't puncture it with something,
so warm.
right?
So warm.
And the cool thing is, I basically say this is like a heating pad. So anything you use a heating pad for, you can use this. So it's not only just for massage. You can put it in your pants for cramps, for period time. Okay. You can use it in your kitchen to keep your rolls warm. I'm no joke. People do that. Okay.
I don't think I could get myself.
You can use it. You can use it in the wintertime. Put it in your little hoodie to like hand warmer, right? During the wintertime. Here, it's fantastic. Okay. Leave it by the side of your bed.
For other
you know,
things, though. Like maybe have one for
anything.
everything.
One
for the kitchen, one for the bedroom.
She asked if there was a limit on how many times you can use it. No. I've had a girl that came to my party. She's had hers for 6 years. As long as you don't puncture it, right? You know, and you take care of it, it'll last you a while.
Yeah, my mom still has hers, and I don't even remember how long that. How old that thing is.
It's amazing, right? So
And it's only $16.
I know. It's fantastic.
So how much is that?
Is this like do people
It's the
use
next
this
one.
as a sex toy also?
30.
Yeah, so it's like.
So yes, you can use it for massage in the bedroom.
You don't have to.
Yeah. Some people get 2 of them, and they'll have 2 of them going at the same time on their back.
That would be
or
nice.
On their legs, right? So it's fantastic, right?
Right.
So yeah, that massage lotion is a great partner with the heart massager. Okay, it's great.
What? Did someone ask a question?
Oh, so you're hilarious.
Don't puncture it with your tit tassels.
Okay, yeah, don't do that. Okay. The next one I'm going to share with you, going back to dryness, this is our repair balm. So I use this on my fingertips because in the winter I get dry, right? Sure, the body oil will be there, but this repair balm will add that extra layer of good, like, moisture to my cuticles, right? And fingers. If you get dry heels even, okay? So basically, like, I mean, I remember my dad using Vaseline growing up. He would use the, Vaseline, and then he'd put his socks on or whatever. This is basically, it's so much better than Vaseline, obviously. But yeah, so this is our moisturizing repair balm, okay? Yeah, it kind of has a little snake. Pass that around too. All right, so we're going to talk about lingerie now, okay? Now, we have a few pieces. Our lingerie line, obviously, is super comfortable. The lace is not that scratchy stuff. My husband bought me some lingerie from China. I don't know what he's thinking. Oh my gosh, I put it on and I was like, ow, ow, ah! Like the lace was just like scratching me all the way up. I'm like, don't do that ever again, okay?
I'm sure it
So,
was tiny too.
and it was tiny,
Yeah.
from China, clearly, okay? So find good quality pieces, okay? I mean, you are investing in lingerie, and it's not like super cheap. And if you do find the cheap things, it's not going to last you for very long, right? Okay, so I'm just going to pass around a couple pieces so you guys can feel and touch them. Now with lingerie, I mentioned earlier that I only owned 5 pieces,
Cute little blue skirt.
right?
I like the ones that are see-through up here.
With
Really? I love them.
So we got baby doll style, we got teddies, we got some with robes. The silk is just smooth. It's just like adorable.
This one is.
I do hate that.
Some fun pieces,
But
right?
look, it like ties up the back. Like that would be such a pain to get off. You guys want to look at me, so I'm just.
And you guys are welcome to try these on after if you want. I have all varying sizes from extra small to 3XL.
Okay, but I hate it.
So I definitely have some options.
I hate the ones that are hard to get off.
You're not the one that really worries about it.
Okay, now you made a comment about being hard to get off. Okay, so this is what I've learned about lingerie. Because I was like, dude, I have these 5 pieces and it gets thrown off in 5 seconds anyway. So, like, why should I go invest in lingerie anyways?
It doesn't need to be taken off.
Okay, so this is I didn't know this, right? So then when I'm learning all this stuff, and I'm learning about how lingerie is for you and for you only. It's not for him at all.
Repeat that one more time. I really like
lingerie is for you and for you only, not for him at all. At all. I'm serious. He'd much rather see your body naked, clearly, right? Okay? This is covering up stuff he wants to see. But this is for you, because why do you think that is?
You feel good.
Yes. Remember I talked about movement creates emotion. As we're moving around in our pieces of lingerie that we own, yes, find a piece that can cover a part that you don't love about yourself, but it's accentuate the parts that you do love. Okay? So that's your homework. Find that one piece that you can just rock it in, flaunt it, be sexy, confident in it, and you can just own it. Okay? If you have to brush your teeth in it, do it. If you have to fold your laundry in it, do it. And wear it as long as you need to. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. You put the piece on, fake it a little bit, move around. You're feeling the emotion, filling it up, right? Then you're like, okay. Then my brain's like, oh, dude, I think I'm ready. And it might take a half hour. That's fine. Just tease the heck out of him. Right? Just tease it. Then you give him permission to take it off.
Yeah.
Okay?
Go to bed in it.
Yeah.
He'll hate you, but go to
Yeah.
bed.
And for all my single friends, buy lingerie and wear it to bed too.
Yeah.
Do it for yourself. Dang it. Sexy is not a size, it's an attitude. You've heard that before, yes? It is. It's so true. So, flaunt it like nobody's business. So, all right.
So what about the pieces that you have that he really likes, but you aren't a fan of?
Oh, get rid of those, girl. Out. You're not there to please him. You're to please yourself.
Okay.
Go find a piece that you absolutely adore.
I like wearing lingerie, but I feel like I have a hard time finding pieces that fit my body because
Yeah.
I have a really awkward body shape.
Yeah. So there's definitely, there's some options here, but there's also another good company that I've found here in Utah. It's called Mentionables.com. Have you heard of them?
No.
Yeah. Great quality company. Mention, MENTION, Ables, ABLES. That's another good resource. But yes, you're going to have Victoria's Secret and all these other places too. And then who knows, I don't know what kind of shops are up here or whatever, But you might have to go on a search. But that's the beauty in it. Go find it. Go, if it takes you a month to find that piece,
Girls'
just
night.
do it. Right? Girls' night shopping. Yes. Okay, last one I want to share with you, which is not on the lap board. This is called Roll With It. It's another massage tool that you can use with that lotion as well, or you can not use it. But you can use this for massage. It does have 10 different vibrations. Okay, but it vibrates. Yes, you can use it as a bedroom accessory if you choose.
Well, I'm just surprised because it's just like a ball.
It basically looks like a lacrosse ball. So I'm a weightlifter, and so I would always use a lacrosse ball to like roll out my back, right, and get those little knots right there. But adding vibration to that, it takes it up a notch, right? And if you have plantar fasciitis, a foot problem, like roll your foot on there. Oh, it feels so good. Okay, so this is called Roll With It. It's awesome. Okay, so yeah, like it's not on your menu, so if this is something you want, just write it down. Roll with it. It's fantastic. Okay. If you guys are familiar with essential oils, right? We got a lot of essential oils in this state, but Pure Romance has come out with their own line of essential oils. Okay. There's 5 different ones, and you can see on your little lap board right here. Rise and Grind is more of a mood boost, enhanced type of oil. You just put it on, roll it on in the morning, anywhere. So any of your touch points, your wrist, your neck, right, on your feet. Okay, so that's Rise and Grind. The next one is your Bang Bang. So we're going to talk about Desire next, but this goes along with Desire. This is your libido enhancing oil. Okay, so if you're not feeling it and you want to feel it, put this oil on and you'll feel it. Okay, some people actually Some people actually diffuse it. We actually have now, so this is a roller one, but we have one that's just a dropper. You just diffuse the smell and scent, right? So that's Bang Bang.
And is that good for him too, or
Yes,
just
yeah. It would be great for both, for sure. Time to go flow. If you have menstrual cramps during your cycle, put this stuff on like a couple days even before you start, just to kind of prep your body for when you're gonna menstruate, and you'll have some amazing
Like not as many cramps.
Yes,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Oh.
So I've never had cramps, but I've had girls buy this who have, and they're like, oh my gosh, this paired with your heart massager, fantastic for period time. Okay. Open sesame. If you are familiar with breathe for doTERRA, opening up this basically your senses. Okay. It's called open sesame. And then the last one is called firm believer. It kind of goes along with the body boost, but it's an oil form. So anything you want to firm and tighten. So I've kind of also been adding it to my forehead here, and then up above my brows. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. So those are our oils. Okay. Any questions on those?
No. The names are hilarious.
I know, right? They're kind of fun, huh? Okay. So we've talked about foreplay arousal. The last one we're going to talk about is, not last one, number 3 is your desire. All right. Oh boy. This is like obviously one of the biggest hangups for women sometimes. Like, you hear all the time, I just don't want it. I don't. Like, I just don't want it. Right? Like our desires. Okay. Another term for it is libido. You've heard that before. Okay. What are some things that can affect our libido?
Stress.
Stress, yes. Okay. We got that out there. Okay. What else? What's that? Hormones. Yep. Menopause.
Confidence. Yep. That's a good
Confidence.
I feel
Okay.
like the love languages tie into that too. Like if you're not
Oh,
being
yeah.
loved by your
Oh,
partner,
clearly.
you don't have any
Oh,
desires.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
true.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Medications can affect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lack of sleep, dehydration.
True.
There's so many things that can affect it. Okay.
And self-care is a good one where it's like if you're not taking care of yourself,
Right.
basic needs are not met. Living room is dirty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. True. So as women, we say that we need to feel, because we're all about the feels, right? We need to feel in the mood for sex. We need to feel connected to our partner. We need to feel loved and cherished by them. We need to feel attractive and sexy. We need to feel wanted. And then another one is, we just need to have this perfect romantic environment. Like in the chick flicks and stuff? Yeah. Are they going to recreate that? Maybe they will eventually. I don't know. But it's very unlikely that they're, that's just what we say in our head, that we need to have all these things in place before we let's go, right? So, yes, we say all these things, but science and sexologists have shown, as I've been doing research, that desire depends on 3 things. Okay, I want you to write these down, because this blew my mind when I heard this, okay? So, the first one is the ability to become aroused. So, for all those years, what I put in my head was that sex was this awful thing, so I suppressed, right? So I wouldn't allow my body to get in that state of arousal, because I would stop it from happening. Does that make sense? So that's that first one, an ability to become aroused. Second one is a healthy attitude towards sex. Clearly I did not have that. So strike number 2 for me. Number 3 is proper sexual functioning. So that has to do with how your body actually works, okay? Clearly I am no doctor. So if something you feel is something's wrong, please go see a doctor and make sure you're working properly. There's vaginal dryness, there's loss of sensation, there's all kinds of things that can affect your desire because you're feeling pain. Okay? So if one of those 3 things is being affected, clearly your desire's down the tube.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about feeling in the mood and wanting this romantic environment. It's one of those 3 things that's happening. Okay? So if one of those 3 things is something that you're dealing with, go find out what you can do to help with that. Okay? So, but in the meantime, we do have, if you want an external, something to help to kind of get you prepped and ready to have desire, we do have these, they're called enhancement creams. Okay, so we're going to kind of get into anatomy lesson real quick. So this is your vulva. The outside part of your body is your vulva. You have your labia majora minora here, and then you have your clitoral hood here. That's all that you see, right? But within that structure, inside your body, you have your vaginal wall, vagina's inside, and then within your clitoris actually is a 6-inch structure. Okay? Yes, it is. But this is all you see, right? This is all you see. So then what happens is your clitoris extends inside 6 inches, has little legs kind of like a wishbone, okay? And within that 6-inch structure, you have 8,000 nerve endings in there.
Oh, not much.
8,000, you guys. A penis, average size penis is 4 inches. They have 4,000. So we have double the pleasure, double the fun, and we need to utilize that.
That makes so much more sense when people say that.
Yeah.
You hear that where it's like the girls have the option for having more pleasure. It's like
you guys realize how much power you have in that bedroom? Oh boy. So like I said, when I'm learning all this stuff in these books, I'm just like, oh my gosh! Like just understanding that concept in and of itself, I was just like blown away.
There's hope.
Blown away. There is hope, okay?
Do the clitoris, does it meet back? Is that like the G-spot?
Yes, so we're going to talk about the G-spot here in a second. But yeah, dude, oh my gosh. Nerve endings firing off like crazy, right? That's why a lot of women can have multiple orgasms too, because there's so much intensity happening in that little structure of ours that's inside. Obviously, the clitoris's purpose is for
Orgasm.
pleasure, basically orgasm, right? That's the only thing. The only thing.
Really?
Okay? Yep, that's it.
What else would it function as?
I don't know.
So I'm like,
That's true.
I mean, we put our bodies through enough in and of itself, so I'm like, well, at least we got that going for us. Okay? Right? So, but sometimes, like I said, we do need something externally to kind of give us a little jump start, a little kick start, and depending on how you orgasm will determine which one of these products of level intensity that you would choose, okay? So this is the actual size of the bottle that you'd get. But with these enhancement creams, it's a triplex tingle, and basically it sends this signal to your brain to be like, oh, okay, I think I'm ready. So it makes this connection between your brain and your clitoris because you're going to put it on your clitoris, okay? So basically you're going to take a pea-sized amount of this cream or gel, and you're just going to put it right on your clitoris, and then you're going to wait like 2 or 3 minutes or so, and then you're going to kind of feel like a tingle sensation happening, okay? So then you're like, okay, something's happening. We're warming up here, okay? And then it's safe to come together and start having your sexual experience, okay? But like I said, it depends on how quick you can, or how quick or slow or not at all of how you orgasm, okay? So this number 1 level intensity is called boost. Boost is for somebody like me where I can orgasm quickly, basically between 5 to 10 minutes with my husband. I'm one of those quick ones, as I've learned and as I've been in front of a lot of women. I'm like, oh, I'm very rare. That happens to me, okay? But it's crazy because then I get women who have never ever had an orgasm, and then I'm like kicking myself because I shared at the beginning of my party that I would immediately feel guilty, and here they are like, I've never even felt one, right? So number 1 is boost, okay? It's for those women that just need a little kickstart, a little boost, okay? This second one is more for the average woman. The average woman climax is between 14 to 18 minutes, all right? So this is our level 2. It's called O for orgasm, I guess. Yeah. This cream is for just more along the average. So if you feel like you fall into that type of minute window period of time, then that would be something that you'd be interested in. The next one, this is our high intensity level. It's called AMP. We call it gold in a bottle. Okay. Now this is more for women who have never experienced orgasm or have a really, really, like, they're not regularly having orgasm enough, okay? Also for women who have had trauma happen to them, where they have no feeling whatsoever. And then also women who have gone through cancer, because the chemotherapy like basically deadens all that stuff, okay? So this is a gel. The other two are creams. This one do not use orally, but these two you can because they have flavors. So anything that's flavored, you can use orally. But this one's a gel. Do not put it in your mouth. Just so you know. Okay? So those are those 3 levels, okay? So if you need that little added extra to kind of connect your brain to your clitoris, that's definitely an option that would be beneficial for you, okay? Because our brain is our largest sex organ, okay? So if I'm up here telling you that this little cream is going to help you have an orgasm, you're going to make a connection between here and here, and you're going to feel all the feels as you're being intimate. Another thing I like to share with women is focus on your clitoris the entire time you're having sex. See what happens next time you do that, okay? That's your other homework assignment, okay? There's something to be said about, once again, your brain and getting it in a kind of like this meditative state. And if you guys do struggle with just knowing how your body feels and what feels pleasurable, a great book to read is called Slow Sex. And I highly recommend getting it on Audible, because it talks about getting in this orgasmic meditation phase to where you actually are feeling all the sensations that's happening and your partner's doing it for you with no happy ending, mind you, because this is a practice that you do, okay? And it's fantastic, and it just kind of sets you up to feel like, and the lady that like I said, get on Audible so you can hear her saying it, but she kind of walks you through a process, okay, to help you understand how your body is working and how it feels, and it's really, really great. Like I mentioned about the books, though, if you do want my book list, I do have, you can text in later, on my resources on the front page of this, I have the word list. Those are all the books that I put them on my website. Those are the ones that I've read, and so I recommend them to you. And, you know, every reader is going to open up something, and they might take bits of it here and maybe not follow what's over here, but it's just totally up to you. But I learned so much by educating myself. So, highly recommend, for sure, that book and Come As You Are. Those are my 2 top books. If you were to read only 2 books, those would be my 2. We do have Pure Romance. The founder, Patty Brisman, has written another book, which would be a great option as well. It's called Pure Romance Between the Sheets. And she talks about, obviously, the products too, but in regards to having, you know, an intimate experience, talks about anatomy and stuff. So that'd be another great resource as well. So, all right, so now we're going to turn the page. Now we're on the back side of our menu. Now we're going to go to step 4, orgasm. All right, so we're going to talk about lubrication, because we need our body's in this state of arousal, okay? We now have a desire. It's like, okay, yes, I think I'm ready to go now. So we got to lube up, right? Now, with lube, I'm just going to have you pass this one around. Just put on your index finger and rub it, and then pass it to your neighbor. Okay, I'm going to tell you the reasons. If you're probably like, Sarah, I'm like this drippy faucet, and I'm like a waterfall that just flows effortlessly, and I just have tons of natural moisture just leaking out of me like crazy, like water. Yeah, that's fine, but what happens is if you do not use lubrication, and yes, you might have all that moisture, what's happening is when he goes in for penetration, within 2 or 3 minutes, he has absorbed all of your natural moisture, okay? And then as you continue to not use lube, it's not going to happen like right away, but over time, basically inside your vaginal wall, he's creating small little tears as he's doing this friction movement, right? Okay? And then he's creating small tears that then lead to bacteria, right? Which then cause scar tissue.
Oh no.
Then you're not feeling anything, right, within there, all right? And your nerve endings are dying. Remember those 8,000 got going on? Yeah, we want to protect this, okay? So lube, I can't stress it enough. This is fantastic. I used to use coconut oil, and coconut oil's fine. It's a food product, so just make sure you check your expiration date, okay? But what I love about Pure Romance is just like me lube is, so yeah, now I want you to dry it on your clothes. It's fine. It's not going to leave any weird marks. Now I want you to take a lick. I love watching people's faces when they do that. Like, and then you rub your thumb. What happened to it? It's a re-wetting lubrication, you guys. How crazy cool is that? Okay? Now, lubrication is moisturizer for your vaginas. I'm going to say that again. It's a moisturizer for your vagina. This is just part of everyday sexual health. It's not so much about just having sex. Proper lubrication will help, because later on you're going to go through menopause. And if you are not properly lubricating your vagina, you're going to have vaginal dryness and all these other things that factor into menopause, right? Yes?
So, I've never used lube before.
Okay.
Do you, like, put it on your husband?
Okay, great question. So what I do, because it's kind of a daily practice now of mine, like I said, you don't have to do this daily and use it like a moisturizer. If you want to just use it for when you're intimate, please do, always. But
if you use it like that, do you have to use it during intimacy?
Like
daily
moisturizer.
No, so that's what I'm going to tell you. Just
This is why it's cool.
So I get up in the morning, right after. This is part of my daily practice because I want to have sex when I'm 80. Like I want my nerve endings to stay alive. Okay, so I'll take a nickel-size amount of that lube and just put it right up into my vagina, and I'm good.
You don't have to, like, rub it around. You just...
Well, I mean, you just kind of rub it around a little bit, yeah. So that when, say, we do want to be intimate later that night, I don't need to go grab my lube bottle, because what happens is when he goes in for penetration, the lube reactivates, and it starts to re-wet itself again. You guys, it's so cool. Okay? So cool. But like I said, you don't have to use it as everyday practice, but please use lube when you have sex. It's just a sexual health precautionary, please, please, please. Okay, so that's just like me. The next one I'm going to share with you is Pure Pleasure. This is our silicone lube. So you cannot, that first one I shared is water-based lube. Do not use water-based lube in water. It will clearly not work. Water to water, okay, but water to silicone works. So if you enjoy water play, marathon sex, or you just want to have sex all night long, okay, silicone will last longer. Okay, so this is also great for our bedroom accessories as well, okay? Because you want to use silicone lube for the bedroom accessories. So that's Pure Pleasure. There's nothing fancy about this one. It doesn't really wet itself.
Use the Just Like Me with the accessories?
So over time, it will break down the silicone with the water-based lube. That's why silicone's better. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay. Next one I want to share with you is called Sensations. This is our warming lube. It's cool to the touch, but when you put it on, I'm going to pass this around, and then just kind of rub it around, and then it's going to start to feel warm, and then if you blow on it, woo, it's a little hot, and it tastes like cotton candy. Yep. So that's called Sensations. So if you like warmth, okay. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to put it right up inside, right? And then when he goes in for penetration, like the blowing and the friction, you're going to feel warmth happening inside your vagina.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Lick it.
And then lick it.
See how
It's fine.
tastes like.
Like I said, anything that has an oral flavor you can put in your mouth.
Do I want
Do it.
to?
You do.
Do it.
Yeah. You do. Yeah, you want to do it. Okay?
My tongue is warm.
Crazy
It tastes
cool, huh?
good though.
So that's cotton candy. We have another one called Blue Hawaiian. It's like more of a coconut.
Warm.
Crazy, huh? Okay?
That is so weird. You blow on it and it gets warm.
Okay, these next two products go hand in hand. You can just use this lube by itself, but this is a really great companion. Okay. These two products alone, because these are my two top sellers at all my parties. These two because of the partying that I do, pays my car payment with these two products because people just love these. Okay, so I'm going to tell you why. Because if you do, this is called hand jive, hence hand. Okay, so if you do give hand jobs, if you're using your hand by itself without any help of some friendly friend, you're gonna feel cramps happening in our arms, and you're just like, dude, okay, come on, like, please, like they like it, right? And they know they like the intensity of it, of your hand, right? And so that's why they ask for that. But this, buddy, will help. And you do. So this is our whipped lube. It's a cream emollient lube, and it's flavored, so it can go anywhere on your body, even inside. Okay, you can just what you're gonna do is you can put a little bit on inside the hand drive, like so, because you don't want to hurt the guy. It's big enough to fit any size penis, and it's double-sided, has ribs and a bumpy side. Okay, so he can pick whatever side he wants, and then his penis goes right in there. Okay. And that cream is obviously going to have that nice slippery feeling that he likes, okay? And you'll notice, well, I can pass this around, you can try it out for yourself, but it's really, really tight, okay?
So many hand jobs that it pays for car payment.
Yes, yes. The crazy part about this too is that if he is using it and he's coming, he can ejaculate right into that thing, and then he goes to the sink, and he gets to clean it off himself.
The best part.
Right? Yes. Isn't that the best part? Oh my gosh, yes. So I'm going to pass this whipped lube around. This one's called Red Cream Soda. We have a couple other flavors.
Do you have a fruity one of those?
We did, but they just...
it was a berry one.
It was. Oh no, I do have berry.
The
You're
berry
right.
one.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So this one's red cream soda.
That's kind of cool
Can
that
you
it's
use any of the
reversible.
lubricants with that?
Because once again, the silicone. We just talked about the bedroom
Okay,
accessories.
so it has to be the silicone or the whipped cream one.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Silicone base.
Great question. Yeah, because we don't want to break down the silicone. Okay, and all of our bedroom accessories. This is considered a bedroom accessory. Okay, we have this product called Come Clean. What you're gonna do is he's gonna go get the Come Clean, and he's gonna spritz that hand drive, and he's gonna clean it. What it does is it just kills off the bacteria. Clearly, this is not just water, right? It's a really good cleaner. So you'll just spritz it on there,
Hey, Lexi.
rinse it under the sink.
No.
I smelled it.
Good.
Didn't you taste it?
No, I smelled it, and it says red cream soda.
Yeah, she's like, I'm good.
Well, I could imagine.
So yeah, you'll just spray it on there and then wash it under the sink, and then yeah, it's good, and it just kills off the bacteria, and it's basically, it protects your silicone too, this cleaner. Okay?
Well, it's nice that it's reversible, because then
Yeah.
that means that you can clean it really well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Not just
Right.
like hope that it's clean.
Yeah, exactly.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any questions on those two? Next one, great head. Okay. Now, if you like to give oral favors, this is going to be a great friend of yours, because I don't like to taste penis. Does anybody else? No, I didn't think so. So,
It's my favorite flavor.
but I think lemonade will be your next favorite, or raspberry, or green apple, because those are the three that we have. Okay. So what's cool about this Great Head product is it is an oral gel. It can go in your mouth, okay, and you're gonna lick it. It tastes like lemonade, but basically what's gonna happen is when you go down to give him a blow job, right? That's what they call it, right? Give him an oral favor. Sometimes you have like a gag reflex that happens, and you're like, right? We don't want that happening. You don't want to throw up on the guy, okay? So, Great Head, what it does is it just kind of numbs the back of your throat. It's not, it doesn't, don't worry, you're not going to be like, you know,
Can't swallow.
no, well, you can swallow this, yes. No, please, no, swallow it, because then it's going to,
So you can't.
Yes. That's
Right,
what I was
right.
about.
so then, so yeah, it's just going to create a little numbness here so that you don't have a gag reflex. It's awesome. It's so great, so great.
So
Okay.
you swallow it beforehand. You don't
Yeah.
put it on him.
You can either or. You can
Oh.
do it yourself, or you can actually. Sometimes I'll just put it directly on his penis, and then I'll go down, and then I'll obviously go and then like swallow a little bit. But as long as there's a flavor on there, I'm good. Like, fine. I am fine. Okay. So that's our great head. Okay. So now we're gonna. So these are some of the things that help in preparation to have orgasm. Okay. So now we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna introduce to you guys.
Just like lemonade.
Oh boy.
Well, the true test is we're drinking lemonade, so.
Oh, that tastes good too. It like tastes sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
It's good, huh? I
Go
like it.
ahead, taste it.
Okay. The next part I'm going to share with you guys. This is the part where we talk about bedroom accessories. Okay. Now, I always like to preface that this conversation, adding bedroom accessories into the bedroom, should be something you should clearly have with your spouse. Okay. If this is something you want to add to the bedroom. Once again, I'm not here to say yes or no. You get to choose if you want to experience this. But all of our bedroom accessories are obviously made with really great, high quality silicone. They're all rechargeable except for this one. This one's the only one battery. It's USB charger. It's fantastic. To turn them all on and off, hold them down for 3 seconds. If you use it to travel with, hold it down for 5 seconds. Okay? So I'm going to talk to you about, there's 5 different types of orgasms that you can have.
So it doesn't turn on in your back.
You don't want it, yeah, you don't want it turning on in your back.
I was like, to travel? What?
Yeah, so you don't want the thing going off, right, as you're
When you
traveling.
take it on your honeymoon.
Yeah, yeah,
When it's in your purse if you're going on your date.
yeah, exactly. So there are 5,
After you leave it at work and you're putting it away.
yeah. So there's 5 different types of orgasms that you can have. Did you know that? Okay. So first one you're normally used to is your clitoral orgasm. 80% of women need clitoral orgasm. So it's basically rubbing on the outside of your clitoris. It's happening. Okay. You can actually have a clitoral orgasm with your clothes on too. Yes, it's possible. Okay. With enough friction, that can definitely happen. Okay. So that's the first one. The second one is through intercourse, which is vaginal. Going inside, having that vaginal orgasm inside. Okay. The third one is through nipple stimulation. Yes. If your nipples are stimulated enough, sucked on, played with enough, you can feel an orgasm down your clitoris. Yep. This one poor girl. Oh, she was so sweet. She's like, so am I gonna like look down and see my like nipples like pulsating? And I was like, oh honey, no. So I'm glad I was there to educate the poor girl. But no, you're gonna feel in your clitoris, okay? It's just that you're gonna feel the sensation, like the sensations here, but you're gonna feel in your clitoris, obviously, okay?
I'm really glad that's normal because my
Yeah.
husband's been like, so are you gonna be like aroused when you have a baby and you're like breastfeeding? I'm
Some.
like, well, I don't know. I don't
It
have a baby
depends.
yet, but
Some
I'm sure
people-
I'll not.
Some people can. And obviously, having a nipple orgasm while you're nursing clearly doesn't happen because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm being sucked on all the time.
Well, and they're like
Right?
biting on it. Like
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
it
yeah.
hurts.
It's a different type of.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it's different.
I nursed for 2.5
Yeah.
years, and
Yeah,
Okay.
it's different for sure.
there's
And then
nothing sexual about that.
there's nothing sexual about that. For sure. The next one is number 4 and 5 orgasm is G-spot and anal. But I always recommend having clitoral or vaginal orgasm first before you experience a G-spot or an anal next. Because why that is, once again, our brain. It's our largest sex organ. The last 2 orgasms are all mental. Okay? So if you can have a release with clitoral or vaginal first, your body's in a nice relaxed state to experience those last 2. I totally highly recommend that. Okay? So your G-spot orgasm can be found. It's basically, it is next to your bladder. Okay? Because you're gonna have this feeling like you have to pee. Is when if it gets stimulated enough, you're gonna feel like you have to pee. So you'll go to the bathroom and you'll pee. You make sure you get it all out, and then he'll go back inside, and then he hits that spot again. He's hit your G spot. If you start to feel like it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta pee again. No, it's not pee. He's hit your G spot. And so basically, it's like an almond-shaped substance, like ribbed kind of substance. Within there, you can have, depending on your body, there could be moisture within there. So if you've ever heard of the term squirting before, that's where it comes from. So if your G spot is stimulated enough, you can squirt out moisture out of your vagina. Yeah, it's not pee, right? It's just your natural moisture that's just squirting out from the release of the G spot, having that pulsation happening.
Does that moisture usually have a color, or is it like clear? Just
No, it's
like
clear.
gummy stuff?
Yep, just like that. So it's not going to be yellow, like, pee or whatever, right? And you will know. You will know. It's definitely different than vaginal and clitoral. You will know. And the fact that you have to, this is another thing for you to experience it, because it is a mental thing, you have to get over that feeling like you have to pee. It's like coming up over the mountain and you're like, oh, okay. Then you just gotta let yourself go, right? You'll know. You'll know if you have it. It's like whole body, like, well, at least for me. I mean, everybody could experience a little different, but you will know that you had one. Then the last one is your anal. What I like to stress about anal play is do not go from front back to front, clearly. Okay? Just please.
Back to
and
sound effects.
Literally.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Use a buttload of lube. Literally, use a ton. Okay, it's really got to have a lot of lubrication, and use like go in millimeters at a time. Okay, because it's got to open and soften if you want to experience it. And this is kind of where I share the importance of Kegels. Because once again, men love tightness. That's why they're choosing to want to experience anal, because it's so tight. It's so much tighter. Along with the hand jive, that's tight for them too. But as women, we need to keep our vaginal walls healthy and strong as well. And so using doing Kegels, doing pelvic floor exercises to help later in years after you've had babies. Sometimes you pee when you jump. Okay, so building up that pelvic floor is important for your
Kegels,
health.
those are just kind of are there balls? What are the Kegels?
Okay,
Tighten.
Kegel, you're just doing, like you can do it right now while you're sitting. You're just tightening, right? But there are Benoit balls. There's weighted balls.
Squats.
Yeah, squats. We have weighted balls. You just put right up in. It's basically you're lifting. Well, you're doing weight training for your vagina. Like you're putting these weighted balls inside, and you walk around throughout the day and just trying to keep them in. That's all you're doing.
You have a pelvic floor.
Yeah.
And so when that's loose, everything's going to be loose, and so that
Yes.
your husband's not going to be like, ooh.
Yeah.
But when it's like, when you're strong,
Tight. Yes.
it's tight, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a kettlebell trainer. So if you know what kettlebells are, it's that
Yep.
that weight with the handle, and I'm doing this movement all the time, right? I'm walking and squeezing and like planking. Yoga is a really good one. Any sort of like weight training, squats, awesome for your pelvic floor. Okay, great. So just really tighten everything up. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the bedroom accessories. Depending on which type of orgasm you want to experience, you can choose one of these for that experience. So I'm going to start with some clitoral ones. First one is our Premier. Looks like a ring. It has like this little ribbed type of feeling right here, but it goes directly on your clitoris like so. You can use it on your nipples as well. And it's small, tiny. Doesn't even look like a bedroom accessory. Okay, so that's our Premier. Next one is, and I'm probably not going in order, so just pay attention to the name. This one's Opening Act. It kind of has like the flexible little top here, also clitoral, as well as a nipple vibrator. You can use it even as just a regular massager because it fits in the comfort of your hand like a massager. It's great. Okay. Another one for massage is called our Naya, and it has this rotating head like so, but you can also use it in the same places as well. It just looks really big. Okay. This one's called Take a Bow. Kind of has more of a bumpier feel here, and then it has like this like pointed pressure point that's perfectly can fit like right there on your clitoris, like so. Or you can actually turn it and use it on this side as well. Okay, but it fits nice and comfortable in your hand as you're using it. Same with this one. This one's called Archaea. Has like little rabbit ears, but it basically sits on both sides of your clitoris, and it vibrates. Obviously, duh. Duh. One side of your clitoris is more sensitive than the other. I know.
Does it differ from woman to woman?
Yeah. Yep. So
Can that
Every
ever
woman's
change
the right
throughout your
size.
life? It all or is it always one?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Huh,
I don't know.
What was the question?
Find out. If
Could
it
it change?
changes from right to left, I don't know. Who knows?
Points of your life.
Yeah. So that's your other homework assignment. Okay. Okay, so I've already given you I gave you 3 homework assignments. What are they? Do you remember?
The lingerie.
Lingerie.
And focus on your clitoris.
Yes. And then what I just told you. Yeah, find out which side your clitoris is more sensitive.
Document which side.
Yes.
For the next 10
So that's your homework
years.
assignment.
Right, left, right. Depends on the mood.
Yeah. Okay, so next one, these two are C-ring. Okay, this one's called our Maya. Do use the whipped silicone lube inside so you don't hurt the guy, okay? Because it's going to slide on his penis. C stands for constriction, okay? So what happens is if he's the one that's 2 to 3 minute kind of guy and you're like the 14 to 18 minute to climax, this will be a great tool for you to use, okay? Because what happens is it constricts his blood flow so he stays harder longer for you. Okay, so here's my clitoris. This is rubbing here on my clitoris while he's inside. He's constricting, but he's getting also some pleasure with the vibration underneath.
That's a good one.
Okay, right
I
here.
have a
This is Maya.
drugstore version of that.
Yeah, drugstore.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the best. It's already
It's
dead.
not the best.
It worked.
And it's dead.
Hey
Yeah.
Sarah, will you reiterate what the lingerie homework is?
So lingerie is go find a piece that you feel amazing and comfortable in, that might cover maybe some part of your body that you don't typically enjoy, but find a piece that enhances what you do enjoy about your body.
And work it.
And work it, flaunt it. brush
For
your teeth in it.
yourself.
For yourself. It's only for yourself. This one's called Rendezvous. This is our only battery operated one. It does have this attached. It could also just be used as a bullet. So if you're familiar with bullets, you basically put it up inside your vagina, kind of like a tampon, right? And then you can just use it just like that as a bullet. But if you add this blue piece to it, what's going to happen is it's going to have a lot of vibration happening around this. But this can also go underneath his scrotum. Okay, while this goes, this is his penis right here. Okay, that's underneath his balls, basically, right? And then you've got these little nubbies are gonna go right directly on your clitoris, like so. Okay, so this is actually a more affordable option of a bedroom accessory if you want to try that one.
What's that one called?
It's called Rendezvous. It's not on my list. Sorry, Rendezvous. I think it's $59.
So did you use stuff like this in the bedroom before you felt like more comfortable?
I only had one bedroom accessory when I started this business.
So how did you go?
Ask me how many I have now.
How did you go from there to here?
Right? My books.
Like your books.
Books.
Okay.
And understanding the importance of okay, this is another thing too, is those 8,000 nerve endings, right? Vibration helps to keep you healthy and strong too. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, you can choose if you want to add this into your bedroom or not, but vibration does help enhance not only your intimate experience, but keeps you healthy by having it being empowered, because all those nerve endings are firing off because of the vibration that's happening. Okay?
Would you
And
say
another
the books
thing-
help because of your mindset, where it just kind of like
And
helps?
that too.
Okay.
And help with the relaxation. Yeah. And another thing too is because some women struggle with even some women will start with a bedroom accessory and then they'll go on their partners, right? So just play around with this. See how it intertwines and works with the two of you. But it definitely adds. And to have a conversation, because a lot of men are afraid that a bedroom accessory will replace them. They will not. Right? But that's just what they think in their head. Because they're not good enough for you or whatever, right? Because they can't help you to have an orgasm quick enough, right? But sometimes you need a little boost, right? To help you to kind of get to that place where you want to have like a really pleasurable experience.
So,
But great question.
have you ever like had women that have told you that like since using vibrators they don't get as much pleasure from their husbands?
That the
Like
pleasure
without the vibrators, it's harder to come.
Oh no, I haven't. I find that it actually kind of does the opposite. Because
like kind of more into
yeah,
all the movements and
yeah. So once again, going back to our steps, right? If your body's properly aroused, right, and if you're taking that time, and if he's conscious of how he's creating foreplay with you and making you get your body prepared and ready for that, yes, you can add this too to enhance it too, but your body will already kind of be at that position to feel like, like it's not going to replace him in that way at all, I think. That's just something that I've practiced a few times, right? But
I don't like. I have a vibrator. I don't feel like I've ever had a problem with it. But like my sisters and a lot of my friends are like, "Oh, that's horrible that you have a vibrator because doesn't that like make it harder to have sex with your husband?"
No. Well, once again,
for other people.
once again, though, like a lot of those women, there's something up in here that's creating something to make them believe that there's something's blocking them. And so they're not allowing themselves to be, okay, this is where I talk about judgment and curiosity. 16 years, I judged sex hardcore, right? Hardcore. But when I flipped it to a state of curiosity, being curious, how could a bedroom accessory help me in my experience? What would it do? Just try out one of them, see what could happen. What could I be more curious about by using this whip lube? Like, what else could I do with this to change things up? Because sometimes it's super boring and we're doing the same, missionary position. Let's change it up, like spice it up, because, you gotta be able to play.
So is there anything that your husband could have done like before the 16 years to have gotten you to be more open? Because we're kind of the opposite in that my husband is really closed off and I'm more like,
so you're
let's
the one.
try some things, and he's like, no. And so like, is there something that your husband could have done to help you feel more comfortable or more willing to try things?
So this is the thing too, is like he would always ask me, like, try this, but until somebody outside of our relationship expressed like what they went through, that it's okay, she gave me permission. So maybe for him, maybe he needs an outside source to say, dude, you should be able to do this with your wife and it's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if he has a trusted friend that you could reach out to, that's beneficial. But obviously, guys don't read books. I know they don't.
But her husband's a teacher, so.
Oh, well, if he's open to reading books,
and he's read like LDS books about it, but he just like, he's not willing to like, I don't know.
Is it kind of like
a toy at all?
It's kind of like the idea of like the good boy syndrome.
Yeah.
So
it
is.
I didn't have it like as bad as Sarah, but I had the same thing where like sex wasn't talked about. I didn't know anything about it, and so when my husband and I first started having sex, it was really awkward. Sometimes it hurt, and I was too scared to tell him.
Yes.
And so
because you don't want to make him feel like he's not good enough.
Yeah. So it was a bad experience until he realized like I don't feel like you're enjoying this, and he just started being like, what do you want? Like, let's try something that will make you feel good. And he would we just had conversations about it, and we would like spend hours just like playing around.
This is communication.
Huge, like trying to figure out what I liked, and
then
made it a lot better.
You use during with him, so it's not like taking.
Yeah, I have the next one I want to share with you. This couple.
So just like talking about it is really important.
Yes, communication, huge.
And that's when where another comment on here too. Thank you, Alexis. Is where, as she said, talking about like being with your spouse using a vibrator, where it is so arousing to use something with your husband, and it works well to make you more excited. So
yes,
that's what you're saying.
Another thing too, men, your man loves to see you have pleasure. Even if it is by yourself, right? That's the hugest turn on for a man. Because they love to see the reaction, because once again, he wants you to have pleasure. He wants to give that. That's like a gift that he wants to give to you. As women, it's hard for us to receive. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, he's giving you a gift. He's offering you a gift.
It fills that provider role.
Yes, please receive that gift from him. Like, that's something that, you know, and that was a huge thing for me when I learned that part, because I'm like, yeah, I'm not giving it to him. Like, I'm just stopping it from happening. I don't want it to happen, kind of thing, you know. But this next one's called All Inclusive. This is a couple toy, and it bends. Okay, you can actually just use it as clitoral or nipple, but it bends. You both can use it. There's buttons. Put the power buttons outside of your clitoris, like so. This part goes inside your vagina. Okay, get this. And then his penis is going to go inside there with it. Yes, it will fit. It will fit. It will fit in there. Okay, so you're getting clitoral, vaginal, and he's getting on his penis too. And if you're hot and heavy, it might pop out, but just put the thing back in. It's fine.
Or just throw it out. And
it's like, but like, look. I mean, it doesn't look like a bedroom accessory at all.
So your children find it.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Do you guys still carry the pillows that have the secret pockets?
The which one?
The pillows.
Oh.
Bedroom
I don't think
pillows.
they had Huron of those.
No?
They used to?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
When it was, I forgot what it was
It was
called.
called summer parties.
Summer parties, yeah.
Yeah. This next one's primal. You can use this 12 different ways. I forgot to bring the picture tonight, but I do have a picture of all the different ways you can use this thing. But you can use
12?
it. 12 different ways you can use this thing. But nipples, you could just go in regular inside, right? And then I'm not even going to cover all of them, but like the penis can go here, and he can just have it on resting on him this way. You guys, it's endless possibilities. Okay, this is more of a curious toy for sure, because there's different ways to use it. Okay. The last one I'll share with you is our G-spot. So if you want to experience a G-spot, this
thing is huge.
This one, these two, if I were to choose any of them, these are my two top favorites. But this one's called Main Attraction. It has 2 different motors. Because this, you can have clitoral orgasm going on right here, or you can have vaginal within here hitting your G-spot, or you can have them both going off at the same time. Oh gosh, yes, it's fantastic. I'll just say that, okay? Any questions on these?
So do you use the G-spot one with your husband?
Yeah, no.
Well,
so
like,
this is, well, yeah, I mean, with him, but, I mean, it's inside me.
Yes, so like
Yeah.
he's not
Right.
part of the activity.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, great question.
Could that be something where it's like essentially he has an orgasm but he still wants to please you, and at that point
Exactly.
you could use that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Good questions. Any others?
I was very entertained by this last time. So didn't you have one where it was like the remote?
Yes, I didn't bring it, but yes, there is a remote one. It's a bullet, the bullet one,
Yeah.
the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like a tampon, legit, with a bullet on the end. And you just stick it in, and it has like a circular ring, so you can actually pull it out, right? But you put it in like a tampon, and there's a remote separate from it, and he can just push the button, and you're like, whoop, whoop, and he does the singing for you.
So it's like,
So it's a fun date night.
What's the movie that she does sing?
Yeah,
It's Cameron Diaz.
that one's called Frenzy.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
So
can't remember.
obviously,
I know
I
what
only
you're
showed
talking
you guys like.
working your lingerie, feeling yourself,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he just
You're like, oh my goodness. So yeah, obviously I only showed you a few samples because, you know, you can get super overwhelmed. You probably already are, I don't know, but it could be overwhelming just to kind of look at all the different options. But at bedroom accessories, I mean, it's thinking about, okay, what are the areas you want to stimulate? Some people are really specific about their color. I don't know. They just want all these pretty colors. How much you obviously want to spend on something. If you're going to be traveling with it is another factor in choosing one. Anyway, so those are those. And then, like I said, Come Clean is a great companion to that, as well as we have our toy tote, because you want to store it. This is a microbial bag, so it like kills off the bacteria after you've washed it and cleaned it, and you can store it nice and comfortable in the toy tote. Okay? So now we're on step number 5. We're almost done, girls. Thanks for hanging in. Step number 5 is afterglow. Okay, so if you had your orgasm, you're feeling good, you go to the bathroom because you want to get all the cum off of you, please. Yes. So you come back together, and this is the experience that really kind of transformed our experience, because while you're in the act of sex, I want you to be selfish. Okay, and now once again going back to that meditation, meditate on your clitoris the entire time. Okay, yes, you're gonna tell them, okay, that doesn't feel good, obviously, right? But it's not like you're having like conversations about like, I don't know, whatever, right? You want to experience with sex. Like you want to just really focus on your pleasure and having that time, so that when you come back together, you talk about what just happened. Okay, maybe suggest a few things that you could change up or add or whatever. Okay, another thing too in this afterglow phase, remember you're not talking about work, your kids, or school or any of that, because you've already done that in step number 1 with warm up. Okay, so this is the time for you and him. This is your relationship. What is it that you guys want to work on together?
What do you appreciate about each other?
Right. Express gratitude. Talk about date night. Another thing I like to share is seduction. How many of you guys seduce your husbands?
Oh, yeah.
I can do that.
Okay. Another great book that's on my list, if you text in the word list, 101 Nights of Great Sex. Fantastic. Super simple. It just gives you what to do. It's great. Like, I'll give you an example. Put on a wife beater, or go buy one, right? It costs like, what, $5? And get in the shower.
Oh.
That's it. They're like, what? Like, you totally just seduced your husband. That you wouldn't normally do, right? You wouldn't normally do that. So this book gives you creative ideas to like seduce your husband in a way, you know? Plus it helps with your arousal when you kind of go do things outside of the box that you're not used to, right? Yeah. So anyway, so any questions on the 5 steps of the female sexual response cycle? We went through all of them tonight. Okay? No? No questions? Okay. Now I want you to take it home and share it with your husbands, because that's the key to all this. Yes, you're learning about it for yourself and you're understanding who you are and how to bring your sexuality out in that way, but he needs to know how you work. Okay? He needs to know that you need to take a little time in that warm-up. He needs to do certain things, okay? Ask for what you want. That should be another homework. That should be number 4 in our homework. Ask for what you want, okay? And if you don't know what you want, go find out, okay? All right, so now we're going to close up. I love hosts, obviously. They're the backbone of my business, and I appreciate them. Jessica, she's awesome. And what's one of your biggest takeaways from just learning from all this?
Well, even the first one that I loved was the lingerie one, because before it was like, doesn't have to be comfortable, it looks good, but you drop it on the ground, that's what it generally looks like. Don't really test it. So the idea of finding something that's comfortable and I really like was kind of like really mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
So that also just really helped with the perspective shift on the idea of thinking about sex of how it really is for me. And then it really integrating the 1 through 5. And it's like, and he wants to help.
Yeah, he does.
And it's more connecting too. So
yeah. So yes, and with hosts, I mean, this is, for some women, it's really hard for them to get friends to come and talk about sex. Okay? You know, and so it's just, sometimes it's just a struggle for some. And so a corporate policy is hosts get 10% party sales, no matter what. And you give them a free gift. So her gift is the heart massager.
Woohoo! Yeah!
And then a bag.
Worth it just for that?
Yeah. But then she also gets 30% off her wish list. But what I
It's
do...
a long wish list.
Right? But what I do in addition, that nobody else does, any other consultant anyways, I have this envelope, and I don't know what's in it. I've already sealed them all. But it ranges between, 10 to like $25 or so. But there's also a bonus in here too. So if your party reaches a $500 limit, you can get something, or $1,000, or you get a free lingerie. I don't know what's in here, right? Like I said. So I'm gonna have you open it, Jess, and then no, it just fell. But anyway, what I like to do though is I give them extra because, like I said, I love what I do. I love teaching about this topic now, obviously. It's something I'm passionate about. I joined Pure Romance not for the money side, and a lot of consultants do that. But at the same time, like, I am changing women's lives by doing this. It's something that I'm very proud of doing because I get women texting me back, calling me back, crying, and saying thank you to me because I just help them to just shift something in their brain, right? And to give them permission to explore and to have these experiences with their partners. And so obviously I can't do this on my own. And so if you're looking at this, I like to always, it's more of a disservice if I don't offer the opportunity to you guys. So on the back side, if we do have business kits. So if it's something that you are looking at and looking at sharing this opportunity with other women too. I'd love to have you part of my team. I actually train you, and then you actually get paid the night of your party. So I partied last night. It was a $950 party, so I get 50% of that. So what is that? That's my take home of what I got, and I partied. I was there for 3.5 hours. So it's great, right? And so if you are looking for a little side something, this is a great opportunity. If you want to just sell to your friends and family, you can do that too. You don't have to party like me, right? Either. So here's just some of the kits. So maybe you're looking at your wish list and some of those things are on here. Take a look at it. Come talk to me in the shopping room, and yeah, we can hook you up with some great product, as well as you get a discount on top of that for ordering after that. So going back to the host though, what does your card say, Jess?
This is an exciting moment, guys. I don't know.
That's probably my business card. Do the other one. That one.
Which one? Oh, this one.
Yeah.
$10 credit.
Okay, so what's the bonus underneath this say?
Plus an additional free lingerie with party sales above $1,000.
So yeah, if her sales are above 1,000, she gets a piece of
Hop on it, guys.
Yeah, right?
No pressure.
No pressure.
I'll still love you either way. Don't worry.
And then not only that, but which I left my postcard upstairs. I give the hostess even more.
She takes good care of you.
Yes. So if 3 of you book tonight a party, then she gets $100 free.
Yeah, and I'm already good.
On top of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So yeah.
Yeah.
So you got 2.
Get one of these.
Well, and you get lots more on top. So it just kind of evolves from party to party. Like you guys, that's my mission and goal is get in front of many women, and I really dote on my hostesses, as you can tell. Like they are the backbone of my business. They are women that I totally appreciate. I do appreciation brunches for them. Like because it's just something that we need to talk about. Yeah.
I just wanted to add, I don't really know Sarah. I met her about 2 months ago because I came to one of her presentations.
I'm a stranger.
That's how I know Sarah. And what I did, I trust her. I let her into my house. I'm like, I'm going to invite people I know. Some of you people I don't know that well, but I want to be friends with. I'm like, you know what? Hopefully this doesn't turn into a friendship. But I'm going to go for it because I love what Sarah teaches. And I think a lot of women, it's really helpful. Hopefully it was for you guys too. And so that's where I really like being able to host a party. Just because I'm like, even if like one thing walks away, it is something that is so important in marriage.
Even one person's life.
Yeah.
I feel.
And it makes such a difference.
Yeah.
So that's very much why I wanted to do one. So that's
Thank you. Appreciate that. I am a stranger, but hopefully I'm your friend after this because you're talking to me about your intimate details. I mean, it's not something that, like it's very sacred things for some of you, right? And I want to create that space for you, and hopefully you felt that tonight. So just some housekeeping items is shipping. So I do have product upstairs. I want to take care of you guys tonight and make you let you walk away happy with your product. I do have a lot up there. Corporate policy is $7 flat shipping rate if you get one thing or 10 things. But I've already paid for shipping. It's more of a convenience fee because I carry it from party to party. Okay, so that's what the shipping is. No returns. So
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Make sure it's final what you're choosing. Okay. In the shopping room's upstairs in Jessica's bedroom. I'll take you in one at a time, and it's just more of let's just talk and share questions that you probably don't want to express with other people out here. Those of you online, just reach out to me and we can have a phone call conversation for sure. And then what else? If you did text in at the very end, it invited you to my educational page. Okay, on that educational page, I don't sell any of my Pure Months products on there. It's all about my education. So all these books that I've read, I've kind of give you like a little Cliff Note version, or I'll share menopause stuff, or I'll share just any
educating your
sexual
kids, different levels.
I'm talking to my kids about sex, all kinds of stuff.
At different ages?
At different ages.
I
got all.
5-year-old.
I've got different ages, right? And also me and my husband are going to be doing a connection course. So if you're like, oh my gosh, my husband, he won't ever get this. Like, is it possible for him, right? How can I have a conversation with him about sex? Okay? Me and my husband are creating a course right now to have this conversation. It will be online, so you can watch it in the comfort of your home. So you can text in to be on that list for that. Also the products. If you do love the products, I do have a VIP page, so you can text in to be added to that. And any questions for me on any of that? If you do want a book party, you can talk to me up in the shopping room. I have my calendar right up there with me. I think that's it. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Like, you guys, I just love it. You don't realize how much it's changed my life. Like, it really has. And my husband's just like, I cannot believe you're doing this still. Like, it's just something that's just huge for us. And the fact that I have 16 and 14-year-old girls right now and teaching them about sex. I talked to my mom about 6 months ago, and she's like, my biggest regret is I didn't tell you about sex. And I'm like, Mom, I'm going to stop it with your grandkids. Like, we're going to stop this chain. We're going to talk about this. We're going to make it comfortable. We're going to teach them a vagina is a vagina. It's not a hoo-ha or a whatever else they call them, okay? Right? A penis is a penis. Let's talk about the real things. And it's okay. We're all having sex. Let's talk about it in a healthy, sacred type of way that is tasteful. Okay? So, anyway, thank you.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yay.
Thanks, girls. So, just text me or call me and to place an order if you want to buy some stuff. Good to meet you. Bye.